I want to show you a video clip about Curtis Sliwa. If you don't know who Curtis Sliwa is, he is from New York. He's the guy who founded the Guardian Angels gang. They wear the red berets and they help people out. And he's also, I believe, the Republican nominee for mayor of New York. I want to show you this. It's about a 4.5-minute video about him, and I want to tell you something about it on the back end.
Welcome to the Sliwa household. It's not very big, but it's comfy. My consultant said you don't want to let people know that you have 17 cats, because then they'll think you're crazy. And some people have told me that. I say, great. You say crazy, I say eccentric. But in reality, it's taking care of furry little creatures that would have been executed at taxpayers' expense. Think about that. We're executing our furry little friends and family members. Compassion is really the key. We've had a mayor, de Blasio, who claims he's compassionate, that he's a progressive. And as a result of his inactions, we see not only animals being slaughtered who could live a good life, but the emotionally disturbed who are everywhere. He had a program, Thrive, took $1.25 billion over 5 years. It was supposed to deal with the emotionally disturbed. He never does. And then the homeless, situation which is growing in leaps and bounds. People don't understand who they are and where they're from, and they get vilified.
Hi, everyone.
I was introduced into this lifestyle by my wife, Nancy, who was living the life.
The majority of the cats we have indoors here, I think there's maybe 2 that are outdoor rescues, but everyone else is on the kill list. And those are the cats that are in the shelters, and they're considered unadoptable, but they won't even give the opportunity to adopt them out to the public. So you have to be an approved rescue group to do that, which is kind of crazy because they're limiting the opportunity to do that. And they're very quick to classify them as unadoptable when so many of them are adoptable. Like this one here, I'm like, I'd rather, even if they're older, that they live out their last days here rather than just like be sitting in a cage and then be, I don't know, just euthanized by some no-name vet or something. I don't know, it's kind of freaky to me to think about that.
Over 1,000 people responded on social networking and said, looks like the gremlin Gizmo. So that became her name. But again, she was in real bad shape when Nancy rescued her. She had a fungus all over her face and her body. She was not able to really eat. So Nancy was able to nurse her back to the point now where she's pretty functional. There's a form of compassion that is devoid in our city, for the most part, definitely in the politics of the city. It doesn't matter, Democrats or Republicans. They don't exude compassion in any way. So I've always believed that a society that does not take care of its animals will not take care of its people. Voila. Look at how we treat the emotionally disturbed and the homeless. We have to care for the animals because animals are our equals. They're our furry little friends. They're our family members. And it's the one of the few things that I've seen that actually crosses the divisive line in politics. You'll see Trump lovers, Biden lovers, independents. The moment you mention animal welfare, no-kill shelters, they let their guard down. And they actually are in harmony. There's one issue that brings them together. My opponent in the Republican primary spent $2 million telling everybody I was not a Republican, which is true. So didn't matter. 70% of the Republicans voted for me. So that defies political logic. And it's issues like this. You talk about compassion that unites people, whereas almost everything else divides people. This is a 328 square foot apartment. I know that's the world's richest man recently, Elon Musk, said, I've given up all my properties. I live in a 350 square foot apartment in Texas. I said, well, welcome to the club. You got to learn to do more with less because there are too many people taking up too much space in the world. And then we wonder why there's no room for the homeless, those who are at least entitled to shelters. You got to learn to do more with less. You can't just say it. You have to be an example of it because we have too many people who are fake, phony, fraudulent, fugazis. I'm comfortable. My wife Nancy's comfortable, and the most important thing is the cats are comfortable. You know, they're living a really good life, and they'll have a good life the rest of their life, as long as that is.
So that's a little piece about Curtis Sliwa. I don't agree with Curtis Sliwa on a handful of political issues. I've seen Curtis Sliwa over the course of my life with the work he's done in New York City, and there are some aspects of Curtis Sliwa that I highly respect, and some aspects of Curtis Sliwa that I think are just absolutely batshit crazy. This aspect of Curtis Sliwa is a phenomenal aspect for me. He is willing to dedicate his space. I don't know if you heard him. They live in a 368 square foot apartment with 17 cats. Like, I saw that, and I'm trying to compute ever since I saw it. Where are they all at? I mean, I have 5 cats in a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house. I can't imagine adding another cat at this point in time. 17 cats in a 368 square foot apartment. People are going to call him crazy. There's a certain aspect of that is crazy, and there's a certain aspect of that is extraordinarily human. He may be batshit crazy. He may not be the right fit to be mayor of New York, but he's doing good things by these animals, man. That, for everything else, all the political stuff that I disagree with on, hats off to Curtis Sliwa for what he's doing. I couldn't live in a 368 square foot apartment with 17 cats. But this guy and his wife are dedicated to the cause. And he is saving animals that would otherwise be put down. So, political differences aside, hats off to you, man. Hats off to you.